Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. You will notice that in the studios right here, our energy is growing every day. The last couple of days, 2 days ago, it was just Sophie and me on the mat. We brought Dan in. Dan was on his way. I don't know where you were going, Dan. We brought Dan in. Dan is here to stay with us, and now we have George Sotirelis. So you can see how positive energy always multiplies when you have more people together. And that's why we like to practice as a group. Before I reintroduce our guests right here on the mat, I'd like to thank our crew. Josiane Hurd, our director, thank you so much for helping out when we always need you. Whenever we need you, you're always there for us. So thank you, Josiane. Alex Lamel, I believe, is in the control room with Josiane. And we have Harry Lee on camera. Thank you so much to all of you for the great teamwork. Chris is not with us today. Stephanie Elaine is responsible for the studio lights, the gobos, and the sound system. Body music, which we are going to hear in just a moment. We don't hear it in the studios right now, but the body music for today's episode is by Cesar de Parra. If you don't hear anything, that's not by Cesar. If you do hear some music, that's by Cesar de Parra. Opening track from Saptatandavam. Yogaxpress is Monday through Friday on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FIOS 35 at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Besides this yoga fitness program, you have a lot of support for you. We have a website, yogaxpress.com, which will be up on the screen in about 10 to 15 minutes into the show. You'll see the website. And now for the big moment you've all been waiting for. I'm going to save my special guest for the last. We have George Sotirelis. George is also a producer here, and he's crewed with us. He's crewed for our show, and he's been with us in several episodes before. George, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Tell me one good reason, other than the fact that I literally did drag you on the mat. Is there any other reason why you're here with us on the mat? Are you expecting something magical to happen?
No, I think exercise is great.
Exercise is good, yeah.
I need it because I'll probably have surgery on my hip soon.
Right.
So this fits in physical therapy.
Exactly, you're right. And you've had Sophie instruct us before, so you've enjoyed the sessions that Sophie has shared with us.
Especially
I just gave away a special guest. That's right. Now, I'm going to save her for just a few moments. It's very difficult not to reintroduce our special guest because she is here with us. She's been with us in the last couple of episodes. Before I do that, Dan Slater. I almost called you Dan Rather, but Dan Slater. Welcome back to the show. Any feedback on the last episode?
The feedback I got was that people loved my clothes, especially my jeans.
No. We want feedback.
And so I decided to wear them again.
Well, actually, that's very motivating, Dan. You stretch with in your jeans, so that's good.
The yoga jeans.
Did you know?
It's a little bit counterintuitive.
No. Actually, you should patent that. You should patent that idea. There are jeans that stretch.
Casual Friday.
Casual Friday. Mat. That's right. At the time of taping, this is a Friday. Casual Friday on the yoga mat. Dan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Did you know we had? Have you watched a program called Top Gear?
Of course,
with
I
BBC?
love Top Gear.
Well, one of their hosts. Who's the tall guy?
I forget his name. Is he sort of the skinny guy or the fatter guy?
No, the good-looking guy.
The good-looking guy.
Right. Well, he came on our show, and he stretched in jeans. He came on our show one day. They were test driving some racing cars, and it's on my homepage.
They were test driving them here in New York?
They were test driving in New York. This was about a year back, and he came on the show, and he stretched. The winner got to come on the show, and he was wearing jeans. It's totally not expecting. So I'll tell you what, it should have been will be a great experience for you once again today. You're very sporting, and he was very sporting as well. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Now for the big moment everyone's been waiting for, Sophie Herbert. Sophie is all over the place. She's been teaching, she is still teaching in many different places, but she's promised to make time for us at least once a month.
Yes.
Sophie, it's an honor to have you on the show. You have been guiding us through the last couple of episodes. It's been a great experience. I've never had a chance to ask you this. Where did you train?
Oh, well, all over. Well, mainly, I studied a lot with teachers here in the New York area, but I did all my certifications in India, and I studied extensively there.
In Nashik?
In Nashik, yes, at Yoga Vida Dham. I did 2 months of training, and I've studied, with Ashtanga in Mysore. I've studied at the Shivananda Center up in Rishikesh, in Tamil Nadu a little bit, in Mamadapuram. So really, I try to take in as much as possible. In New York, I do a lot of Iyengar, Anusara, Vinyasa, Ashtanga, so...
You really are all over the place. There's a lot of
yes.
energy that you've been sharing with us too. Sophie, you've been also doing some great work, some amazing work. You have a website, Yoga Gives Back, and you do a lot of charity work.
The organization I work with, I'm an ambassador for them, and so that's their site, and you can learn about the work we're doing in India with women and, destitute women and children, primarily girls, but we also are helping boys as well. So, and then my website, sophieherbert.com, and you can find my blog with Whole Living Magazine through there. So I write twice a week.
Whole Living Magazine, you write a blog for Whole Living Magazine.
Yoga
Sophie
on
Herbert.
and off the mat.
Oh, is that the name of the blog?
Yes.
Yoga on and off the mat in Whole Living Magazine. Sophie Herbert, her website is on the screen, and yogagivesback.org is also up there. But just Google Sophie. If you don't remember anything else, Sophie Herbert, and Herbert is Herbert.
That's correct.
SophieHerbert.com or Google Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. What do you have? What magic carpet are we going to go on to?
Well, I think we're going to continue with the spring balancing and cleaning. So we're going to do a little basic stretching. We're going to do some breath work, and then we're going to do more stretching on the back. So
Fantastic.
I want you to sit comfortably.
Studio of luck.
Oh yes, and we're going to start actually in this really nice spinal twist. Now, you're going to let the legs come as much as you can. You can also practice with the legs straight if there's any hip pain or knee pain. But
did you know this is the bridal posture in India? Girls.
oh, you're right. You always see these photos
If
of
you're
the
very
beautiful
modest,
brides.
very modest girls always sat this way. It's
Yes.
only girls who are not exactly very feminine would sit this way. In India, girls don't sit
Interesting.
cross-legged.
George, you can practice with your legs straight.
How do the
which
men
is
sit?
great.
Do the men sit this way as well?
No.
Not in India.
Not that I've seen, yeah. So this is, it's a really nice pose.
Bharadwaja.
That's, I always forget the
It was the
name.
name of a sage.
The name of a sage, yes. Okay, so this is his posture. And we have basically the ankle of one foot just stacked in the arch. And George, you can do this exact same thing with the legs straight. We're all gonna just breathe in and reach the arms up.
The arms. No, keep your
And then
legs
you're
wide,
just gonna
do the
twist
arms.
towards the
You're
right.
just
So
gonna twist.
yeah, and Dan, bring your right hand right behind your back and try to really lengthen upwards. So don't lean back, but yeah, that's it. Be as tall as you can. Exhaling, good. And so breathe in, and when you do a twist, a spinal twist, you want to try to think about a string pulling the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. So you don't need to do that part if you don't want.
He's actually pulling himself up.
Visionary, like learning here, good. So, and you're gonna really twist on the mid-spine. So this sense of, you don't wanna lean forward or back too much. You wanna stack the heart over the hip center. Much better. Take one more breath. Go a little deeper as you exhale. And let's slowly come back through center.
These abdominal twists are especially refreshing. Right? Because
Very
they're just
detoxing,
ringing out.
wringing out all those juices that build up in there. So take the second side, just kind of switch, and you get to stay. Your part's easy there. We're gonna balance out. Now in this posture, one sitting bone is off the ground, so it's not a level space like seated spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So sitting tall and just being comfortable. And then we're gonna inhale and reach the arms up. So you can reach them out and up or forward and up, grow tall. And then go ahead and twist towards this direction. Oh, you can go towards the other way. There you go. Bhanu, I might make a little adjustment.
Yep.
Put your ankle in your arch.
It's not getting there.
Oh, it's okay. Come back
I'm
to the
gonna
center.
try. Now go again.
So
tell me
slide
again.
the
This
foot
way?
back. This ankle.
Oh, this one on this side.
Yeah, so bring it forward now. So right between.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
comfortable?
Yes.
And it just kind of nestles in there energetically. It's nice. And breathing. Exhaling. Try to really lengthen up in the spine. Breathing out. In for 2. And out. Let's take one more breath in. And then come back slowly, and then let's just let the legs come out in front of us for a little bit, and let's let them be kind of wide. So how about the mat width? And I just want you to circle your legs out a bit and just kind of massage. And it's a nice subtle way to open up the hips and open up the hip flexors. Just kind of ragdolling open. Yeah, it's relaxing. And then from here, I'm gonna take a lazy forward bend. So as much as you want, you can just be a little bit. Look, George, you're very flexible. He is very flexible. And now that we're in the lazy forward bend, I want everyone just to breathe in and lengthen a little bit, and then fold back down. Notice, kind of funny, we're doing this. This is how pregnant women do the forward bend, because as you can imagine, none of us here are pregnant, but it would help make space. So if you're home watching and are pregnant, you can practice this gently. Go ahead, take 3 more breaths there, and let your shoulders and your elbows relax. 2. And let's slowly roll up to sit. And then we're just gonna gently bring the feet together in Baddha Konasana. Feeling good, right?
That's great.
A little movement, or take it for granted how incredible it can be. So, and you can bend as much as is comfortable, or you'll take a second forward bend. How's that? Yeah, that's great, George. And just like this is good, and let your knees drop open. And so we're gonna slowly just fold a little, fold a lot. Keep the heart open. And again, it's not about a goal of anything going anywhere. The goal is to be open and to be comfortable and to be in your really a safe zone for your body. So I'm breathing well, relaxing down. And feel the inner hips open. Good. Let's take 4 more breaths. How's everyone doing?
It's hard to keep awake. This is so relaxing.
So nice. We were talking in the last episode about the toxins that are going to build up and the stress that builds up in the hips.
Right.
So this is a fantastic remedy. And just slowly roll up. And now I want you all three, to find a comfortable place to sit. So there's options. One is that you could sit on the shins, and this is called Vajrasana. I often like to take a block underneath my seat and sit in what's called a Virasana with support. Dan sitting cross-legged in Sukhasana, that's a really nice option as well. And George says it's good for you if you want to be on your shins or legs straight.
You can also use both blocks.
Yeah, which is good. Maybe you both blocks. How's that?
Yeah.
Here, actually, George, try this. Bring your feet, come into your shins. Oh yeah, sit back there. That's perfect. Is that better?
Yeah.
Good. And then we want to be sure that we can have a tall spine, as tall as is possible. We're going to do something called Nadi Shodhana, which is a wonderful alternative nostril breathing. The nadis are the 3 major, well, there's many energy channels in the body, but we're working with the 3 major ones. Ida, which is the left side, it's associated with the cooling principles, the moon, and Pingala, the right side, associated with the heating principles, the sun, physical activity. The left side is more, the intellect. And then Shushuma, which runs up the center, which is activated in meditation and in yogic practices and stronger physical activity. We want to bring this into balance. So as the light is getting more even here, we also want to make sure we're more even.
Right.
So this is what
Stay
we're...
balanced.
Exactly. Too much ira, like depression or sorrow. Too much pingala, maybe it would be anger, things like this, and physical tension. So we're trying to level this. Let your left hand rest in chin mudra, so the forefinger and thumb touching. And you can either have it just the tips, or you can bring the nail into the base of the thumb, first knuckle. Yeah, that's it. And let the palm face up. And then take your right hand, and let's all find pranayama mudra, letting the index and the middle fingers come down. So it's like so. Very good. Good. And then turn the right hand towards the face and relax the shoulder. You're just going to take a breath in, lengthen up, and just take a nice breath out. Close your right nostril off with the thumb, and then inhale through the left side. Very gently close the left nostril off, open up the right side, and exhale. Inhale through the right side, and I'll come and help everyone in a second. Close it off with the thumb, open up, and exhale out the left. Here. Inhale through the left side. There you go. Close it off with the ring finger. Is that? Open up the right and exhale. So, perfect. Got it. Inhale right. Very good. It's a little weird at first. And gently close that off. Good. And exhale left. Inhale left. Gently close it off with the ring finger. Open the right side. Exhale, release. Comfortable? So maybe even straighten the legs.
Yeah.
Yes, see how that is. And we'll just continue breathing like this. Yeah, good. Stretch it out. Alternative nostril. Let's find that again. So, like so. And breathing. Good. Exhaling left. Exhale. Breathing right. Close it off. Exhale right. Breathe in this side. Breathing right. Good. Close it off. Exhale left. Good. And just continue. Perfect. And you'll feel as you work, sometimes the head will start to come down a little, the back will start to round. So yeah, check in. I have to check in when I practice to make sure that I'm keeping my posture. And we'll continue. And what you may find as you do this is one side is more open than the other. That's normal at first. You know, always we breathe. It switches if you pay attention throughout the day. It switches what side you breathe out of. And this will help open up the sinuses as well. Go ahead. And we're practicing this without breath retention. If you're a beginner, practice like this. Only if you're experienced and you know what retention is, then you can incorporate that into the practice, but you should learn that in person from a teacher. Let's take a few more breaths. And maybe as you breathe now, think about focusing your attention a little more to the eyebrow center, inside of the head. Smooth out the start of each inhale and the start of each exhale. That's it, George. Good. Let's take one more breath. So the last exhale is going to be out of the right side. Good. And then when you're done, you'll let both hands rest down. And just breathe through both nostrils and maybe see if there's some difference, or a little more opening, or how do you feel?
Heady.
Yeah,
Heady.
everything cleared out.
Yeah.
It's so powerful and it's so simple. And I think, what we take for granted, and I know in my own life sometimes I forget, I could do this for 3 minutes. And think of how
It's
calming it
interesting.
is.
You mentioned something that's very interesting about Ida and Pingala, the left nostril being gentle. Again, I remember what my mother says. In the afternoons, when you take a nap, we usually sleep on the right
On the
side
right
because the body
side.
is heated up already. So you want to close the right side. At night, we sleep on the left side. You want to open up. So I never understood, but
I
now I'm
learned that in
starting to
India.
understand. Yes.
I learned that in India, and also because your right side is with the digestion, so when your right nostril is active, and so when
after a big lunch,
sleep,
after a big meal, you sleep
yeah.
on the left side.
sleep on the left side, and also in terms of the positioning of your liver and
Right.
spleen, it's good. Yeah.
Yes.
So wonderful. So let's start to find our way in the back from here. And then so just as is good, come and lie down. You can do your fancy jump through. No, we're not in down dog, so no need.
And
Come and
maybe
lie
we'll put our
down.
heads to the
Oh yes, I always forget that. And George, come and lie down and you just gotta rotate around. So we did a different, last time we did some hip opening. We're gonna do a very nice twist on the back. So
Okay.
what's gonna happen, we're gonna lie down, and then like last time, lift the legs up in the air. And cross your right knee over the left, so it's like an eagle wrapping.
The right knee.
Yeah, just like this. You can.
That should be
That's great, Georgia. And then bring the left foot on the ground, or both feet on the ground if you need. I'm gonna go and help George do this. Pick up your hips gently and move them just a little bit. Perfect. Move them a little bit to the right, and then let your legs drop to the left. How's that feel? It's okay in your back.
Yeah.
And then reach your right arm up towards the far corner. And then you can bring your left hand on your belly and breathe into the stomach. So you're gonna feel that nice deep breath opening.
That feels good.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
I know, and it's so simple. But yet sometimes it just takes doing it. So, like most good things are really
That's
simple.
wonderful. The opposing forces. One side moves here, the other side
Oh
moves
yeah,
there.
it's so
Feels
great.
so
I
good.
can feel
the whole side, right? And it is a side seam stretch. We're talking about that whole little tension area on the side that really helps. And you can let your focus, George, move towards this way a bit. Yeah, and see how, just so your neck also stretches. Good.
Should my left foot be flat?
No, it's just let it go. Let it, yeah, just that's great. Does it feel okay?
Yeah.
And breathing can be a little adjustment, just lengthening. How's that? And softening. A little stretch in the hips too, which is really good. Get down a little adjustment with this arm here. See if this feels a little more opening for you. And breathing. It's okay?
Oh, yeah.
Good. And relaxing down a little bit. And again, he's wearing jeans, so you can do this very easily in jeans, which means you don't need to be all ready in yoga gear. You can go and take just this, and you will feel better. So break up your workday. Come back through center focus slowly. And then you're just going to go ahead and change sides. You're going to cross the opposite leg on top, knee on top. And you have to move the hips. Yeah, so just, you're good with your leg stretch. Just move the hips towards this side, towards the left. You tend towards the other way. Yeah, or towards the left. But and then you'll let your legs drop towards the right. And the reason we do this is that when we twist, we want the, as we were talking about earlier, the hips and the heart to be in line, the center of both places to be in line. Go ahead and breathe.
The legs to the right and the hips to the
That's
left.
it. Yeah, and let's move your knees up just
Legs
a
to
little
the
bit.
right and
How's that?
the shoulder to
And then we'll do this arm adjustment.
Oh, the arm.
There you go. And bring your hand on your belly. And this sits a little tighter for you, right?
Right.
Just a little. So that's good. Just noticing that. You relax your shoulder. Good. Breathing. Very nice. And this side, is this side a little tighter for you too?
Usually I used to think this side is better, but I think in this posture it is a little tighter.
Yeah. But then again, not better, just tighter. Good. Can reach this up. How's that?
Yes.
And this breathing, really nice sense of space and opening. And again, it's even a gentle IT band stretch.
IT.
Yeah, what is
band
that?
is this kind of outer area, right? So in
Oh, the abductor
that-
stretch?
yeah,
The
this-
abductor muscles on the outside. I was wondering what IT stands for though.
I know it, and I always
I'm
forget.
thinking
I'm on
information
TV, I forget.
technology.
I know. It's a
But
pretty
you're
long
talking about
anatomical
outside
term.
of the hip. Okay.
Yes.
It does feel
It's
good.
a band.
It feels
It's
good. Oh, okay.
I know. I'm blanking on my anatomy.
No, but it does feel great.
It's
the outside
really
of the
good.
thigh. I can also feel a nice stretch in my obliques on the left side of the
Really?
waist, which is good.
Good. Yeah. It's very full stretch. It's very opening. Good. Breathing, so you have to stay there a little longer. Now what I want you to do is breathe more into the stomach. Now I want to 3-part yogic breath. So inhale into the belly, into the low chest and the upper chest. And exhale, release. And breathe in belly, low chest, upper chest. Exhale, release. And over time, when you become familiar with this, it becomes like second nature. In the beginning, I know for myself, breath was jagged, it was hard to work with. But if you're familiar, get familiar and comfortable, it's fine. And suddenly you don't have to think about it. You're nourishing yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Sophie.
So I'll come back through center, and then slowly, gently unwind. And then what we're gonna do from here is really gently hug just the right knee into the chest and let the left leg extend on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, this is real nice. You can draw,
Yeah, I feel you, George.
draw the right knee towards the right armpit.
Right.
Something. How's just like this, George, just like a little bit. Draw your knee in. Perfect. And just relax back. Let me come and help you there.
Maybe you can put a brick under his legs.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can
Block.
lie your head
The foam block.
I'm gonna do a little adjustment for you. Lift up just a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And just let your hips come down. Straighten this leg. Good, and then just try to lift just the foot. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a little adjustment. So I'm just adjusting, George, as you're adjusting yourselves with your hands. So I'm just gonna pressing just a little. Do you feel like a stretch in your low back a little bit? Good. And then go ahead and straighten the right leg. And we'll take the second side. You could either straighten the legs and then hug the knees in, or hug both knees in and then straighten the other leg. So there's 2 ways to do it.
Do you want to hug both?
Yeah, we actually will do from here, just your left leg.
Oh.
Draw that in. And let your head relax. Is this okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and breathing, and I'll be your adjuster. How's that? Exhaling. Good, breathing. You can just switch sides, Dan, if you want. Good, exhaling. love. You have your nice yogic breath here, everyone. Wonderful. Actually, over time it feels that if you're not doing that, something is missing. And then go ahead, and then from there, we're just gonna really gently begin to set up for our rest. Now I'm gonna give you two options. You can take, now we don't have so many blocks, so you could take either just Shavasana like we've been doing it, or you could take Supta Baddha Konasana. And if you want, I like to put blocks under my knees.
Back under the knee.
Yeah, and
and Supta
this one, yeah, I think
Give
we
my
go
block
straight.
to George. I'll do Shavasana, so he can have the
Good,
block.
yeah. I'm not gonna eat. I'll put these in there.
Right, yeah.
Well, no, my knees are fine, I think.
You can bring your knees out.
Just
Oh.
let your legs drop open, Dan. I'll give you this block.
You can use this block.
No, we have lots here.
I do
Just
Supta
open-
Baddha
can you
Konasana all
open
the
it? Is it
time. So.
comfortable to let these
guess.
open up?
No, I like this.
yeah.
She gave us
your
the
legs
option.
kind of open up.
Oh, you want us to
If
do
it
that?
feels good,
Okay,
might
then
be
I'll
too
use
much for
yours.
me. No,
Thanks.
Straighten your legs in. Let's do this. Straighten them. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
And we're gonna put blocks into your knee.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we'll do it this way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Good. And then rest
You
down.
know what goes well with this is a little glass of wine.
You're funny.
Dan,
It's in the chakras.
we're all going bar hopping at the end of this.
You promised.
We need a pint of wellness, right?
That's how you got me out for the street. Was the promise of a
Yeah.
beer. Right?
Promise a pint of wellness after the stretching.
The hip
He's
when
just
it's
joking,
mobility.
audience. And relax down. Go ahead. And just let your palms face up.
Up.
Yeah, and just roll, all of you, roll the shoulders closer and see if you can just find soften from there. How's that? Good. Breathing well. Now I think I'll come and join you there. And low, relax into it. Just feel the breath moving through the body, part by part. And again, Shavasana is one of the most important postures to absorb your effort, your hard work.
Sophie, you won't believe, after our taping today, we have a live show. There's so much energy in that show. This is so relaxing.
Oh, it's your
It's a
show.
total contrast.
Oh, yes.
After hours, there's another live show.
I'm glad this is relaxing. For me too.
Breathe normally.
Yeah, and that's a very good question, George. You just want to breathe, not think as much about the breath, but hopefully because you've thought about it so much over the span of your practice, it's just this nice open place where you can let it take over. Go ahead. And let's start to make our way out of Shavasana. I liked how we reached our arms overhead last time. Let's do that again. So reaching up. You can just stretch from fingers to toes.
Oh.
Yeah, and we'll
Stretch
roll.
all the way.
Yeah, just stretch away everything. And then let's roll to the right side. Now the left side being associated with compassion as well. So if we lie on our right side, we kind of tap into that. We activate the left nostril. And we
And what do we
can
do with the
activate our compassionate side a bit more. So that's my theory of why we roll on the right side after yoga.
I like that.
Yeah.
The right side means what? It means
It opens your left nostril,
Oh.
which is
When you
associated
turn on
with the
your right
intellect.
side, George,
right.